I was listening to Lil Dicky, Pillow Talking, and I immediately thought, do you f with the war?
The war?
I think I like the innocence of young baseball. I don't like old people baseball anymore because it's ruined.
I have a PSA announcement that really frustrates me. Can we stop having serious announcements on April Fools, please?
I don't even remember anything this year from April Fool's Day. Like,
I thought you were just going to say in general. Or
you know what? I don't. Like, if I'm being honest, the last month just been a blur. I woke up one morning and we were at war. I don't know how we got here. I don't know anything.
Speaking of if it's real or not, how do we feel about this moon? Do we think that the moon landing happened 50-something years ago?
What do you mean do I f with the moon? First of all, I don't know what's happening in the world in general. I don't know why anything is happening. I feel like there's just a madman saying, we're going to do this.
And then I forgot my second point. But
so passionate about the first one.
I was. What's the wildest meat you've tried? Pause. I heard it when I said it.
I'm embracing the pause there.
But I started the question and I had to finish the question.
You don't just...
The internet is for EVR.
Hey.
False alarm. She had to start up. She had to get warmed. You did that and that was it. What the fuck was that? The slurp. She was like, what?
I like the way it sounds in the microphone.
It's like a waterfall.
It's like a bubbler.
A tiny waterfall.
Tiny waterfall. My name is Patty V. This is the Whoever Knows podcast. We haven't been here in months. What's going on, gang?
Nothing much. Sorry we've been away so long. We opened a small orphanage and we've been running it for the past month.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't work out. They all got real healthy and they ran away.
Well, except
so we came back.
Timmy died.
Oh, I forgot about Timmy.
Rip.
You know, Timmy got into some things he shouldn't have got into.
Rip Timmy.
You know.
Well, we don't need to go talk about that, actually. We're just going to, there were some things.
You're not wearing glasses.
Wow. I had LASIK.
Did you really?
No, I didn't have LASIK. It's just been that long that you would never know.
It's tax return season. You never know, man. Maybe it's time for some LASIK.
I love that you assume I get money back on my taxes.
Would you get LASIK?
I don't know. I probably should, but no. I don't like to rock the boat, you know?
How can you see me right now?
I can see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you wear glasses?
How many fingers am I holding up?
Okay, pause. Time out. There's an invention. I don't know when it came out. I should Google it. But it's called contact lenses. And I've had them for a long time. And you've seen me in contact lenses. I'm wearing contact lenses right now.
Yeah, but you don't wear them all the time.
Not all the time.
I've probably seen you 99% in glasses.
Probably because I was lazy and didn't feel like wearing contacts that day.
Well, that's why you should get LASIK. But
This is the Whoever Knows podcast. We're starting off with a bang. I genuinely don't have anything to talk about. Actually, didn't we joke about being at war one time?
Yeah, well, I was going to be like, the last time we were here, we were all, not all of us, two of us were literally in the happiest place on earth. And now that we came back, we're worlds at war. It's kind of.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. When we went to war, I was. You guys might get this joke, or maybe it's not a good joke. I was listening to Lil Dicky, Pillow Talking, and I immediately thought, do you fuck with the war?
Fuck with the war?
What the fuck do you mean do I fuck with the war?
I love that song. What a song.
So I tried to play it for my wife, and she realized it was like 11 minutes long.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a long one.
And she said, what the heck is this? So we didn't listen to the song.
Oh, man. Shout out Lil Dicky.
We're all out of the margin, though. It's 18 to 25, so we're good, boys.
Yeah, I'm too old. Well beyond my years. A lot of military folk in my neighborhood. They're not going to get deployed, but, you know, they're older and do other jobs. Almost civilians.
We're at war, but we still going to get them Chinese jerseys.
Yeah, what'd you get? So you were DH-gating it up. What'd you end up going with?
I got these new City Connect jerseys, man. One a little better than the other. The Pirates one, my home squad, and the Tejas.
What players?
I got my boy Skeens, who's probably not going to be here after.
Probably should have went Connor Griffin.
Well, yeah, especially when he said they interviewed him and they're like, well, it's good to, he's going to be at the face of the franchise here for a long time. I'm like, what about you, buddy? The realistic goal is to sign him like 6 year, $300 million, clear arbitration. 2030, he becomes a free agent, and he's still 20. He's like barely 30, and then he can go sign wherever. Hopefully, he seemed to have a competitive-ish ball team this year.
Yeah,
got some young guys, signing some guys, got some bats. Maybe convince him to stay. Doubt it, but
bats are important.
You never know. Do you even care about baseball? I know you're usually not a baseball carer.
I used to. I want to. I really want to care about baseball. In the meantime, I have gone to a few Little League games, which I really enjoy. I think I like the innocence of young baseball. I don't like old people baseball anymore because it's runt, as they say.
No
it's
ABS
runt.
challenges.
Yeah, it's runt.
I am a fan of the ABS challenges. Like being able to challenge a ball or pitch because it's significantly changed the outcome of a lot of games.
Yeah.
And it's not as time consuming as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like a 20, 30 second process, but so look at it, ball strike, next.
Is it making you mad like some people when they challenge it and it's literally like the smallest bit of the ball touching the strike zone?
Yeah, it's a big debate.
Like people, if it's touching any part of the strike zone, it's a strike.
Mm-hmm.
And people are throwing a fit. They're like, well, you should be able to challenge, but we've got to make a rule where at least 20% of the ball needs to be in the strike zone. I'm like, we can't do this. It's one or the other. Pick what you want.
It's so hard because like the old head in me is like, man, but now you're taking the art of like framing pitches out of the game, and like I don't know, there's certain things.
But it's only 2 a game.
Oh, okay. That's
so
not
you
bad.
can't just do it unlimited.
Yeah.
It's only 2 a game. So there is kind of like a strategy behind it. It's like, do you waste it in the first inning? Do you wait till the end of the game? So it's not like they can sit there and tap their hat after every fucking play and ruin the game.
Yeah.
So it isn't as bad as you would think. I do want your take on another one that happened though. Joe Adell, I'm sure you saw this. He's a outfielder for Angels.
From now on, just assume I don't know anybody.
Yeah, no, I was assuming you had no idea who this was.
Was the cat? Was the catcher? The cat? Does he still play? What's his name?
The Big Dumper.
Big Dumper.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
cat. He
is dumping it.
Yeah,
all right.
he is. Yeah, remember last year when I said, hey, we should give this guy the MVP because who knows what's going to happen next year? They probably should have gave him the MVP last year.
Poor guy.
He's batting barely over 100, I think, so far.
Yeah. So anyway, Joe Adell, he's a right fielder for the Angels, robbed 3 home runs in a game.
That's fun.
3 home runs in a game in a 1-0 game. So they won the game 1-0. He robbed 3 home runs. And this is not what I was gonna say, but I found out that the average like amount of home runs robbed in a year is 4 like per team. And this guy's got 3 in one game. But anyway, so the first 2 were like, right center, whatever. The third one, was it at Yankee Stadium?
It was at the Angels.
At the Angels. So they got like a little, kind of like a short porch, like the little short wall. And he did the thing where he caught it and then went into the crowd with it. And there's people saying this should be a home run. And I want your thoughts on this, on when they catch it and go over the fence with the ball. Are you of the belief it should be an out, or are you of the belief that it should be a home run?
I mean, I don't have a strong opinion either way, but I did grow up understanding or believing that if you fell over the fence with the ball, it was a home run. Like if you leave the yard, if you go over the wall with the ball, I was always under the impression it was a home run.
Oh, I see. I've never known that. I've always thought it was if you land with the ball in your glove.
Well, you always see those like the softball or baseball, and they got the little plastic fences or whatever, and you see people catch it and flip over it all the time, and they just pop up and they call it an out.
It does feel like a bit of an honor system, though, right? Because he goes over the wall into a scrum
How
of
do
people.
you know he held on to the ball?
And they're in wherever the fuck the Angels play these days. And
Kauffman Stadium.
Yeah. So it's like, it's his home stadium, and they're not going to be like, oh, he dropped it. Like, they're all like, yeah, he caught it. He gets up with the ball, and it's
and
like,
you're not going to have an ump all the way out in right field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, who's going to be the ump that calls that moment back? Because it was cool as shit to see it happen.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of people throwing a fit. Like the worst thing I saw, like argument against it, was like, in football, it should be like football where he's got to get 2 feet down and then do this. I'm like, 2 totally different sports. We can't know. Stop it.
I'd be interested to see if those people that feel that way feel the same way about like foul balls. Because like you've had some amazing foul balls in playoffs and regular season that they catch and they dive into the crowd. Is that you just count that as a foul ball because they dove into the crowd?
Yeah, I think the rule, to my understanding, is like he can't step over the fence and establish himself.
But if you fall over, it's okay.
If you like leave, you have to like leave the field. It's almost like if you were shooting a 3-pointer, and as long as you jump from behind the 3-point line, it's a 3-pointer.
Great analogy.
So, yeah, better than the football analogy.
Way better. Whoever said that's an idiot.
Yeah. So that's as far as I know, that's the rule is he just can't establish himself out of play and catch it that way. They also had the guy, he did the blank on the guy's name that happened to originally, but it was a center fielder. The ball hit him in the head. And
Canseco?
Yeah, he did the Jose Canseco. But Jose Canseco's was like 3 feet from the wall. This dude was in center field. It hit his forehead. The ball went over the fence in right field, like 15 feet away. It was a college baseball player.
Oh my gosh.
He was like writhing. Jose Canseco just like brushed it off like nothing happened. This dude was like writhing in pain.
It sounds like he should have been.
Yeah,
It hit
off
you
the
that
forehead.
hard.
Yeah, dude, like it literally, he was center field over. It looked
Was
like
it a fucking line drive?
I was like, this has to be AI.
I don't even know how that happens.
It's so funny. So I was like, he probably should have caught that because it hit him right in the fucking forehead.
Well, you grow up understanding like you protect your face with your gloves. So maybe just throw your glove in front of your face.
Yeah.
He's got his head in game. Man.
It's so funny
Knocking.
that happened. A lot of complaining about. I feel like more people on my Twitter feed are watching baseball this year. There's a lot of like casuals just complaining about baseball things. Like Adolis Garcia lost a pop up in the sun the other day, and they were like calling him like trash. I'm like, all right, 90% of the people on here would just run away from that ball. Like, I don't think people understand how hard it is to first off, how high a pop up in the major leagues goes. Like, imagine your pop up when you were in Little League and then multiply it by like 10. Like, they're literally hitting the
It's
roof.
going 320 feet.
Like,
he lost it in the sun?
he
though?
lost it in the sun.
Like, even if it wasn't 300 feet.
Right.
You know how hard that is to see shit coming down through the sun?
Right. Like, just go outside and stare at the sun for 2 seconds and tell
Tell that to the
Have
Cowboys.
these people watched baseball before?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of, it's what I'm starting to gather this year is it's a lot of people that are just deciding to watch baseball for the first time, it seems like. And there's nothing that grinds my gears more than people like criticizing something that they clearly cannot do themselves.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
I did, while we're on the topic of sports, they had a tweet that I saw yesterday, and it said the gap between college and pros has to be the biggest in basketball. And I feel like it's got to be baseball, right?
I don't know. Ask Paul Skeens.
Yeah, but he's an anomaly.
That's fair.
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like NBA, it's a lot of the young guys that are either coming out of high school or they're coming from overseas and I feel like they can instantly go out and ball.
Are we just talking like talent wise, or are we talking about like would I'd prefer to watch, like the style of play?
I think
It's
he
gotta
means
be
like
talent.
adjusting, like if you're an athlete coming out of
Okay.
college, going into the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the NBA is a fair one because of the amount of games that you end up playing. Like you go from playing 30 or what is it? Like depending on if you're in the tournament and all that. I don't know how many you end up playing, but it's way less.
Yeah.
So even if you're talented, like you're not used to playing 82 games.
I'd also argue, I mean, I feel like football has to be up. I mean,
Yeah.
well, certain positions. Like, cause
But that debate happens like every year. It's like, well, this team would beat the Cleveland Browns, and it's just like these are professional.
Yeah,
like,
that's not
yeah,
gonna happen.
it's
well,
like-
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. The biggest adjustment is the speed, and everything is so. It's all they talk about is how much faster it is.
Mhm.
Now, it's certain, like you see it every like rookie receivers come in and kind of just dominate sometimes because they're just running routes. Like you're running a route, you at college level, you're running a route in the pros. It's pretty similar. Like quarterbacks come in and struggle because it's a totally different game. Everybody's moving faster and things like that. Baseball, I feel like if you can hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, you can hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it now. I feel like there's less like people from college that get to be successful in the pros.
In baseball.
Yeah.
It takes longer.
Or maybe that's the thing. Like we just forget about them after. Although it's kind of, I guess it's a newer thing now. Like the top guys are coming up quick. But like I've talked about this before with Marcelo. It's like these guys come in and like Y Langford was a big deal in the College World Series. And then you just assume he's going to disappear for 2 years and you won't see him again. And it's like, well, that sucks. But yeah, I don't know. Baseball seems like it'd be one of the easier ones to me. Because it's just like if you're a shortstop, like you just can play shortstop. You know what I mean? Like if you could catch a fly ball in the outfield, you could catch a fly ball in the outfield.
Yeah. I would say like hitting is probably harder in Major League, obviously, because every pitcher is the ace on their college team, right? Like everybody's throwing good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you can't, like, even if you're a good hitter in college, like you got to have a good eye. You gotta like anticipate better.
Yeah. I'm also thinking like the elite of the top of the top would be able to transition, but like the mid-level college player, you're right. He might just get lost. So in the majors, he's going to be one of those AA guys forever.
Yeah, and you get guys like that are in.
Yeah.
They're like, they call them 4A players, but they just can never amount to anything in the majors.
Yeah. Well, that's why and it's a lot of them end up changing positions or like moving into other things just to try and get a chance. Like I'm going to talk about Austin Nola specifically. He came in as a shortstop or third baseman. Can't remember. He was an infielder, and his bat wasn't very good. And I think the Marlins at the time were like loaded at the position he was at, and there was like no chance. And he was getting older and older and older. And I remember when I worked for the Baby Cakes, he was transitioning to be a catcher, which he ended up making it to the major leagues as a catcher for a while. I don't know if he's still up, or maybe he's old enough. He retired now. He's older, but I remember the amount of work that dude was putting in, like trying to be a catcher. First of all, he was working on his bat every day. This dude, like I'd walk through the clubhouse, he was the only dude there in the batting cages, whether he was taking BP or whether he was just literally having the jugs machine like fireballs at him as a catcher so he could stop them. Like he was just trying to be a catcher so he had an opportunity. Yeah, dude. So like, and that's what I'm getting at. Like some dudes just change position. I know I'm kind of changing the subject, but some dudes like that just change position to get an opportunity because their bat's not good enough.
Yeah. Well, like if you notice, a lot of the times, like the top guys on the top teams are always shortstops because they're the best athlete like on the team. And then they rarely go play shortstop in the majors, like you're saying. Like they don't work at shortstop. They go play outfield or whatever. Like it's,
Supposedly Kenley Jansen was a catcher and then transitioned into a bullpen guy, and obviously it's worked out for him.
Interesting.
I think he was a switch hitter catcher at that.
How do you transition from a catcher to like a relief pitcher?
I don't know. Ask Joey Gallo.
Okay.
He hit bombs, struck out, and then all of a sudden he's relief pitching. It's like, hey, if you got an arm and you're 6'5" or 6, however tall Joe Gallo was, even still in the league. I don't even know.
Well, he's trying to be a pitcher now.
Yeah.
Relief pitcher. You just said it. You started it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you answered your question before.
I don't know if you heard yourself.
Anyway.
I have a bunch of like little things that
fire them up. Let's go.
Let's get it.
I have a PSA announcement that really frustrates me. Can we stop having serious announcements on April Fools, please?
Oh Lord, yeah.
It's like the boy who cried wolf. You can't tell if it's an actual serious post or not, and you start reading the comments, and everybody's like, "This is a joke," and then they're responding back, "No, this is for real." It's like just stop. If you have a scheduled tweet, just don't schedule it out on the first if it's a serious tweet.
I have a separate April Fool's take. I think April Fool's Day is dead.
I think it's dumb. I think we need to move past it.
Well, I think it's
human race.
I think we're at the point now with AI where I'm already assuming everything is fake to begin with. So now when something's posted, I'm like, well, this just isn't real. it's like I'm assuming it's fake until it's proven real. So now like nothing gets me anymore.
Even before AI was really a thing, like Facebook drove so much like obviously false information that it's like you see something, it's like, is this real?
Yeah.
And now AI makes it worse because there's a video. It's like, that's not, no.
Yeah.
That ball didn't hit him on the forehead and fly 15 feet.
I wish I should have saved it.
You mean all those, they had those 25 bunnies jumping on a trampoline at the same time? It's like, I thought that was real.
I hate the like the companies that are just like clearly putting out the fake product on April Fool's Day. Like it's like, we get it. Like what is the point of these videos anymore? Maybe I'm just maybe I'm trying to take the joy out of everything, but it's like, we know you're not about to put out this whatever it is. Why are we even wasting it? You put time and effort into making this graphic, this video, this whatever.
Also, I would argue there's a little bit of danger in it in a way because people are stupid. And by people, I mean me. The other day, I think it was yesterday, we're driving and I'm like talking about Banh Mi Boys because I love Banh Mi Boys. Banh Mi Boys is open in Manville. That's great. This was not announced on April Fool's Day.
Wow.
Yeah. But what was announced on April Fool's Day, and I didn't realize it was April Fool's Day, is Banh Mi Boys was like, it looked like a normal video and it's from the Banh Mi Boys account. And they're like, unfortunately, we're closing our main location. This is our last day. And I was like, dang, I love that location. That was right by my old house. That's okay. They're opening one in Mandeville. I moved the fuck on because it's the internet and I don't care. I'm not going back. I'm not paying attention. I'm not going to be like, haha, it was April Fool's Day. You sent a real post about having to close it. It seemed heartfelt. Okay. I tell my wife and she's like, that was April Fool's Day. And I'm like, oh, I felt like an idiot. And I'm like, well, like, here I am. I'm glad I said something. I was just not going to go there if I was out that way because I wasn't going to pull up to a place thinking it was closed.
It's funny though, because it makes you wonder how many people will never go there because they truly think that it's just not there anymore.
I'm wondering how much business it got them that people were like, oh shit, we need to go get this one more time.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair too. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I actually got for like one of the first times in my life. And it was something that simple.
I don't even remember anything this year from April Fool's Day. Like,
I thought you were just going to say in general. Or just,
you know what? I don't. Like, if we're being honest, the last month just been a blur. Just a complete blur. I woke up one morning and we were at war. I don't know how we got here. I don't know anything.
I basically don't remember anything from November on.
Yeah.
Life just ended. I might be dead. This all might be fake. I'm not sure what's happening.
Start floating away.
From the time I left I don't remember anything. From the time I got back home from Disney to now, it's just, I feel like I've just been in a loop. I don't know. Things are just happening.
Time loop.
Speaking of if it's real or not, well, how do we feel about this moon? And
how do we feel about the moon?
Do
we think that the moon landing happened?
Do you fuck with
50-something years ago?
The fuck do you mean do I fuck with the moon?
Because
of course I fuck with the moon.
I always thought it was real, but then I don't know.
First of all, the moon landing originally did not happen. Let's just consider me a conspiracy theorist on that one. I mean, maybe it did, but it just seems...
It seems so, like, the more stuff that this comes out, it's like we've advanced so far, and it's just like, you mean to tell me we can't just land it on the moon? But 50-something years ago, they were able to get there.
That's been my argument for 20 years.
Stick a flag on there and walk you back.
In the 60s, we could get to the moon, land there, stick a flag on, record it.
I've just assumed that the goal wasn't to land on the moon. Like, I feel like if they want to go to the moon, they can go to the moon.
But why?
But they couldn't. So for years before this mission even, they said that they didn't have the technology anymore. They lost it. They didn't know how to do what they did in the 60s. What?
But they also, in the 60s, they might have just been living on a prayer, brother. And we're just like, we're just going to land on the fucking moon.
Yeah, but then they're even talking about...
Can you? I don't know, but we're going to try.
They're even talking about, like, I think it's tomorrow that they're supposed to, like, get back. And so they're like, they're in this thing that it heats up to 5,000 degrees and it's cracked and broke multiple times in testing. Will they make it? And I'm just like, how? Why? If they could do it 60 years ago, it's like, we didn't think to try to do something in between now and then. It's just like,
they also tried to put a toilet on the damn thing for the first time, and that ain't working. And
Had to
they're
turn it
locked out
to
of
the
their-
sun.
They're locked out of their Outlook emails. They can't even get into those. They don't know how to use the Surface tablet. It's all a mess.
Well,
You're-
those
you're
are
in the
garbage
sky.
anyway, so that's
Well,
why.
You're in the sky where there's supposed to be the internet up there.
Maybe they should have sent them with iPads.
Listen, I work with a lot of PubSec and government companies. Let's not even start talking about why they make the decisions they do.
I just don't get why we just can't land on it. What's it like? You're doing 90% of it.
You're there.
Just land on
They
it.
circled around it. supposedly.
Just prove it that you can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some
So-
people even think this is fake.
This
Maybe.
podcast,
Yeah. Are we alive? Are we not alive?
this has been AI for 5 years. We were early adopters.
It is kind of cool that they like used the like slingshot at themselves to where they were going.
Slingshot
that's
engaged.
I thought that was cool.
I just immediately thought of Ricky Bobby.
Close my eyes.
I was just amazed by all the pictures. I was like, the pictures are so dope. Like, you got the fucking moon right here, and Earth is just
That's
like.
what I'm saying.
chilling
You're
in the
right there. Just land on the damn thing. You're there. Just land on it.
Did they have the
But it-
propulsion to get off of it?
They
might be able to get on it.
could
Can they get off
AI
of it?
them landing on it. You would, even if they would have landed on it, you would have had people come up like, that's not real. You can tell by this frame that this is not blah, 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 blah. People were getting mad because
What if they could moonwalk on it? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like not literally Michael Jackson moonwalk. I mean like tether themselves. They're already like moving around it. Could you just, how long of a cord do you need? Right? I'm just picturing somebody on a tether just floating.
just
in
sling them
space.
out. Just sling them out there. They'll float.
Didn't Homeboy say the goal was to like build a nuclear reactor on the moon? Like, isn't that what the whole point of this is?
By homeboy. Who are we talking
Trump,
about?
the president.
I don't even listen to that motherfucker.
Like, I'm just, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if
What
he's
was
serious.
what was the goal? Just to say that you could go to the moon?
We went behind it.
I don't. First of all, I don't know what's happening in the world in general. I don't know why anything is happening. I feel like there's just a madman saying, we're going to do this.
Brother is unhinged on Twitter. Like, you want to talk about is it real? These tweets that he keeps firing off, we got to talk about this. Every tweet he fires off, I'm like, there's no way this is an AI. He's ended tweets with praise be to Allah. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing right now? And he's like, oh, 8 o'clock comes around. If they don't agree, we're going to erase the civilization. God bless them. What?
And it never happens. I don't like, that's what I don't understand. Does he not understand? So like I have a child. If I tell my child, parenting 101, I know he has kids. If I tell my child, if you do this, I'm going to do this. And then they do it. And then I don't do this. Guess what they're going to keep doing? Like, I don't understand the disconnect here. You can't be weak.
He needs to watch the Bluey episode about promises.
Right.
Like, I don't follow him on Twitter, so I don't see these things until it's
I
shared.
don't think he's on Twitter. I think he's on his own.
Is it all
Whatever.
truth
Oh,
social?
he
platform.
does have that other platform. That's why it always looks weird.
Yeah. It's always like screenshots.
I always thought, and it sounds like something he would do, but that makes more sense. I always thought he was like typing out a tweet and instead of sending it, screenshotting it and then putting it out as a picture.
That doesn't sound as far-fetched.
No,
as,
it doesn't.
sadly.
It's just like, what are we doing, man?
He's a 70-something-year-old man that's just insane.
He's direct. Like
Let's be honest.
What's even more insane is just like, not that it really mattered at that point, but we could have had the other guy who's getting like photoshopped into his family pictures because he's not
Well,
like
he's also not. We need age limits.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just like it wouldn't have. It was a lose-lose situation.
I'll give Trump credit. Trump is probably like mentally coherent, I would assume. I just think that he's nuts.
Yeah.
he's deranged. Like he's legitimately deranged.
I believe it.
He's gonna get everybody killed.
He might.
like legitimately. All jokes aside,
But I
he's
can't.
going to get us all killed.
Here has been my take for the last decade or so. I have no control of it. What am I going to go do? Stand in the street saying no kings?
Like I just,
It's not going to do nothing.
I just want to run into some of these, like our enemies and be like, we're not with him. He's over here. Go get him.
I do love that, like the other Iran, when they're like tweeting or saying things, they're like, our problem is not with the American people. And I'm like, thank God. Because I didn't do anything.
You think that's all I wonder constantly when he does these things. I'm like, do you think that these people like understand that we don't want any part of this? Like, even the people that supported him originally are kind of now like, bro,
He's a little nuts.
You gotta chill the fuck out.
Calm down,
like,
bro.
Like, I'm praying that the people that he's attacking are like, it's just him. Like, he's the issue. him and his little couch boy. That's
Oh yeah.
Those two.
Mr. Vance.
Yeah.
That's not even his name. Also a weird story.
What?
The world is run by weird people.
Yeah.
His JD Vance is not his name. He changed his name because he didn't like his name. Not because, anything normal, like his dad had a different name and he wanted this, or they got divorced because, America. No, he just changed his name. JD Vance felt better to him, I guess.
Like Hunter Helmsley.
Triple H. I am the game.
I don't know, man. Like,
what a time. What a time.
Who knows? Like, I feel like you could wake up tomorrow morning and like,
I just go about my business.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. And I mean that with the most sincerity.
I don't either, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I find out what's going on. Like, cause when I go into work, like all they leave on is like Fox or whatever, like Channel 6. And that's how I see the news is when I go to work. If I'm not at work, if it doesn't come across Twitter some kind of way, that's how I see the news. So most of my news is consumed from Twitter. And at that point, everything seems so crazy. And I'm like, this cannot be real. So I don't know what's real. And then I get to work and I'm like, oh, it was real. Wow.
Yeah. I read articles.
Well, no, it was Iran. No.
Wow.
Wow.
I read an article about how they found one of the downed pilots. Apparently, we have technology that can hear heartbeats from miles away.
But we can't land on the moon, huh?
Make it make sense, man. You know who I'm also, this is switching topics, but you know who I also I'm starting to lose their luster for me is Jason Kelsey.
Why?
He's just everywhere and anywhere. And he's just poking himself in. I feel like it's doing too much.
Oh, is this a Masters thing?
The Masters was the line. He's in a lot of stuff. I was on his side, like when he had the beer thing, and then they were picking on him, and he basically told him to F off, and I was on his side. But now I'm like,
what did he do at the Masters? Because I read something yesterday. I understand there's two sides here.
Did the Pat McAfee thing also upset you?
No.
What about Kevin Hart?
I thought for a second, AI, you talk about getting you. AI almost got me because they had a picture of Kelsey and Kevin Hart and Pat McAfee, and they're like in a surprise appearance, McAfee was there, and it was like for the first ever jumping into the Masters lake or whatever. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, it's fake. It was like 2 seconds for me to realize it was fake, but there was a little bit of me. I was like, what? Oh, no. I don't know. It's just like, I'm not even the biggest fan of like the Masters is supposed to be this thing where it's like secluded and it's calm and it's like, and then they're trying to just make it like funny and just over the top, and it's just kind of.
I genuinely curious because I have an opinion. Does it, if it's like the par 3 day, right, where they're like, because this all happened like before the tournament started.
Yeah.
Does it matter as much? Like, could that not be fun and then everything else can be serious?
I think it's just like the entire event, like whether it's par 3 or whatever, is supposed to be looked at as just like old school tradition and just like laid back and kind of calm, and not supposed to have these guys just like cursing.
I understand.
I know.
Cursing around and, you know, just like goofing off and making like, I'm fine with it at any other PGA event, I feel like, but the Masters is like, it's its own thing. There's a reason it's so secluded and it's so hard to get tickets for. It's like it's on have no phones when you're there. You call the vendor prices are incredibly low. You have to call somebody on a landline to talk to somebody. It's just I feel like you got to keep that stuff away.
Very old school. Very old school. There's a reason they don't let black folk there normally.
Well, what was crazy is I watched this story.
See, somebody keeps making Tiger wreck his car so he can't show up.
It was this guy who he had a media pass and he got to play Augusta. And so they had a guy, a little teenager kid, a little black teenager kid. And at the end of it, he said, have you ever, do you enjoy golf? Because he had a full like suit on. He had an Augusta Masters tie. Mm-hmm. And he said, no, not really. He's like, I've only played like twice. He said, oh, cool. Where have you played at? And he's like, here. And I was like, oh, okay. He doesn't play golf, but the only 2 times that he's ever played is at Augusta.
He doesn't know how special that is.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's so awesome.
On many levels, not just because it's Augusta, but he's breaking.
I know you guys aren't like golfers, so to say. But there was a post and it said if you can get the 2 options, and the first option was to go and play Augusta or get Thursday through Sunday passes for the rest of your life. What would you choose?
I think I'd take the passes.
See, 80% was passes.
I think I would take the passes because I know how poorly it would go for me to try to play Augusta. And I've I was talking to, when I went to get my lesson the other day, the guy was telling me he went and he was like, you don't understand. Like the TV, he said he doesn't do it justice. The hills that you're walking, he was like, by like hole 9, he was like, I had to sit down and take a break, just like following the people around. He was like, the hills are nuts. Like they have the cameras all set up so it doesn't look that way on the TV. He's like, there's no chance that I could walk this and play it. And that's where I'm at. Like, I know how poorly, first off, it's just going to be a terrible day of golf for me because of how hard this course is. And I'm going to be pissed about hole 2 and I'm not going to want to play all 18.
You say that, but then like when you're in the moment playing,
there's a pace of play rule, I'm sure, and I'm not going to be able to fit it. Like, it's just not going to happen. I was looking at Carter today and theirs is like 4 hours and 11 minutes. I assume Augusta is probably like 3.5.
Yeah, but you're walking it. You can't have carts there.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. I'm not gonna be able to. I may not be able to walk it.
Your cat is gonna be like, look, I know this is your 14th shot. You got it. Let's pick it up at some point.
And then he said, like the way the hills are, he's like, you don't understand how high the tee box is, like on 1. Mm-hmm. And he's like, if you don't hit it to this point, like you're hitting at an angle like this, and like that's gonna be me the whole day. I'm just gonna hate my life. I'd rather just go and enjoy the scenery.
I disagree. I think, and I'm not a great golfer. I'd also have all the issues you had, but I think that like just playing it, it'd be special. I don't need to go. Like, I feel like also knowing the history of Augusta, like going to the Masters sounds fun. First of all, you're paying $40 for a drink or something like that. Like, I'm not trying to.
Are you?
That.
I thought.
They're known. I don't know about the alcoholic drinks, but like the food is known for like $1.25 for like a chicken sandwich, $1.25 for this. Now the merch is a different story.
I was gonna say he did tell me that
I thought I read last year or the year before, like somebody was sharing prices of things and it was stupid.
I don't know about the drinks.
The merch, but he was saying even the merch like isn't crazy. He said the polos get kind of crazy because it is just like a Nike polo. And then it's like the same thing you can go buy at Oak Harbor.
Nike polos are $110.
Right. But he said like t-shirts were like $30, hats were like $45. I was like, that's standard like gift shop prices. But he was like, everybody that goes there spends like on average like $2,000 on merch because it's possibly the only time you're going to go.
Have you ever played at a nice club in general?
I mean, what is like Carter's nice. We were talking about that today. Carter Plantation's really nice.
I feel like I played Carter when I was young, and I don't remember. I played Metairie Country Club once out here. Not that it's a nice course.
It just got renovated recently, and it's like up there.
The amenities when you're playing, you just feel special.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Also, of course, it doesn't allow.
Yeah. No,
ethnicities.
I mean, Carter's probably the nicest one I've played. The Bridges is nice. Bridges
I've
is
heard-
It's gone downhill.
has
Has
it.
Yeah.
Bridges was. I mean, when we went and play that time, it was really nice. Now like I dated a girl in high school who was like number 2 in the state. So I got to go with her when she played TPC, and that was cool. TPC was nice. That's probably the nicest course I guess I've like actually been to.
I used to really like Lakewood, but I hear it's not good anymore.
Yeah, same thing.
Let's say, what's considered the nicest one down here? Would it be? I mean,
Like public wise,
not even public wise. Like TPC's got to be up there,
It's-
right? Like they
honestly, like yeah, TPC, Meteor Country Club, since their renovation is good. Country Club Louisiana, which is like in Baton Rouge.
I'm just trying to think of
It's
like all
like-
the expensive ones that are, that pop up.
Yeah, there's a
Like
lot of the private
English
ones are really
Turn's
good.
always expensive as hell. I
Yeah.
don't know if
It's okay. Yeah, I think Country Club Louisiana is like the big one. They got the Cochita Pines.
It's really nice.
So they got a couple ones that's out here. Surprisingly, Mississippi has a lot of really good ones.
I feel like Louisiana is not a great place for.
Yeah,
golf,
I mean
being honest.
it's hit and miss. I feel like the best courses are like locked behind the casinos. Like a lot of the casinos
so
have some really good courses.
when I think of like cool golf courses, you think of like the scenery behind it, or like
Yeah.
the hills that are
That's
stuff that we don't get to usually play because we're here. Like we don't have super hilly courses, but like I did play in Tennessee one time with my uncle.
Mhm.
We played in Pigeon Forge, which was sick because it's like the mountains are in the back,
I'm about to say.
and you got like it's a high tee box, and you got the big drop. Like so that was cool.
Like the ones in Missouri, like Branson, that's where like Paynes Valley is, and they got really nice elevated courses. We go to Pittsburgh, and they got these courses where you're just hitting and you're just watching your ball just
Yeah.
like go forever.
Yeah,
I did that in Maryland. And
It's
like
sick.
your elevation, first of all, you tee off, your elevation's like 50 feet higher than, the rest of the hole. And it's like, oh, I hit that 350 yards. No,
Yeah.
no, you didn't, bro.
And see, you're asked
didn't.
you asked if I'd want to play. Like I'd want to play Augusta. Like if you just in your hypothetical where it's like this or that, I would have chosen the other thing. Like I'd like to play Augusta, but I think there might even be other courses I'd rather play. Like I'd like to go play the old course would be cool.
Yeah.
And then there's like certain holes I want to play. Like I want to go play Scottsdale and just do, is it 17?
Yeah.
Or like whatever
16.
the par 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the
So-
stadium hole would be cool too.
So Lakewood used to have something similar to that, which is why I love Lakewood also was a very nice course for a while. It was
Yeah.
the original TPC 100 years ago. But for a while it was kept up really nice. It was like the fireman's course, I guess is what they called it. But 17 was very much like that. It was like
The island.
par 3 island.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
And the first time I played it, I was like,
Yeah.
What do I hit here?
That's like I would fail miserably at it, but I would like to try it. Like I just want to go hit it and do it. But,
Oak Harbor, when we played Tuesday, they got a couple like island par 3. One's more of an island par 3
Yeah.
because there's water and the hole kind of comes up.
But,
On
but
the water.
Lakewood is like there's a bridge you
I
have
know
to
what you're
cross
talking
to
about,
get to get to the hole.
Yeah, that's still. We played there last year for like a company tournament.
Mhm.
It was still out there. That was like the beat the pro hole. It was pretty cool.
yeah,
But
there's a lot of courts like Pebble Beach. I'd like to go. Like there's a bunch of them I'd want to.
Yeah,
go
there's some
play.
like just bucket list, but like
Torrey Pines.
Sawgrass, you got 15.
Yeah.
Or 17 at Sawgrass. But they I don't know. I think it would be cool to play, but it also would be cool to have like 30 plus years of memories of like
Yeah.
the greatest, arguably the greatest tournament to go play.
You
and
think it would
watch,
get
you know?
old though? Like you think after like year 3 or 4, you'd be like,
I feel like it's like with I'll have
Honestly, yeah, that's why I think
Yeah.
I'd rather play it. 'cause
well,
yeah,
I'm a fan of a lot of the PGA golfers that they have right now, but like I grew up loving watching Tiger. And so like now that he's kind of phasing out, it's like it'd be cool to go. But like now if we were talking 15 years ago and I was able to see like prime Tiger, I'd be in there every single time. But now I'm just like, it's cool to go. It's just like the Zurich. I know it's not even in the same atmosphere at all, but it's cool to go see the players. But it's just like,
I thought of 2 things while you were saying that. Number one, I think part of my issue here is like I do like golf, but I don't love golf like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not super meaningful. Like if it was Tiger every year, like I like Tiger. I'm not like, all right, I'm gonna sit. I don't sit down and watch every like major and stuff. Like it's not the equivalent of like if you gave me the option of going to the Masters every year, or being like, you have the chance to go to every baseball stadium and experience that. I'd rather do that. Like baseball means more to me, and that's something I'd like to do. Like going to the Masters every year, I'd be like, that's cool. Like I want to experience it. Like I don't love golf enough to be like, oh yeah, I need to go to the Masters every year. Like you are a much bigger golf fan than I am. And then I forgot my second point, but
So passionate about the first one.
I had a second one and I just completely forgot it. If it comes to me, I'll blurt it out.
And that's how I feel.
I completely forgot. I might have actually just thrown 2 points into one. I don't know.
Look, it's been a while, guys. Okay,
it is. My brain.
We got to merge it together.
Not working. I have a food topic if y'all want to get away from sports.
I'm hungry.
I have a food topic.
All right.
Not really topic, but
If you had to choose,
Yes.
all right. If you had to choose,
7.
you get to have food from one animal for the rest of your life.
Pig, cow, chicken.
Moo.
If you got to choose one animal for the rest of your life to get your food from, what are you choosing?
Cow, easy.
Easy.
Yeah, for me, but
Not even like a close second. Like it's just cow and
Is it
there's
piggy close?
That's what I'm saying. Pig is
close, but most pig is like
Bacon.
it's not as healthy. It's like
of course
dirty. No, genuinely, like
Pork crab.
like
cracklings.
like pig in general. Like look it up. It's just not.
Yeah, no.
There's a reason why the Bible considered it, or not the Bible,
Damn.
but like most religions consider it like unclean.
Yeah. I think cow is my answer also, but also like the chicken's kind of slept on here, I think.
Chicken would be a solid choice.
Because you get like you're getting a few different, you're getting breakfast, you're getting lunch and dinner from the chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're getting your eggs, you're getting your
Am I still
chicken.
allowed to use sauces?
Yeah.
Or am I just eating plain chicken?
See, that's the thing. Well, see, are we talking drinks too? Because like, if I can't have water and like I need something to drink, I guess I gotta go cow because
I could just live in general.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't even like milk like that.
I don't
But
like milk either. But you think about cow, like there's so much. Like yes, it is all just meat,
yeah,
but like
there's
you
so
know,
many different.
there's so many different cuts of meat from a cow.
Yeah, I mean, you got steaks. You're talking beef. Like there's
What? What?
steaks,
What?
beef ribs.
What? I mean,
Yeah, I think cow is the correct answer here. But you're talking like you said what you said about the pig. I think the chicken might be second for me before the pig. The pig, like if you get if like I had to have like a specialty meal from one of them, it might be the pig because just like bacon, right? Like, but like
that's a specialty meal.
But like if I gotta survive off of one, the chicken is definitely above the pig.
Yeah.
Definitely above the pig. Is there any animals we're not thinking of here that could be thrown into this conversation? Like that's the big three. Are we missing any?
It's tough. It depends how you feel about. I mean,
dogs.
No. Well, no. I was gonna say like deer or like
that's what I'm thinking. Like
things like that. But like,
I mean, but a deer would be more like in line with like a cow.
Very similar. It's just way leaner.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be as flavorful in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Deer can be pretty gamey. It's like sometimes it's not great. I like it in most situations, but sometimes it's like this could be better.
I was kind of hoping there'd be more of a debate here, but we're all on the same page as usual.
I'm trying to think like other animals that you would be able to get a lot. I mean, you could say like bison, but
basically cow.
That's not nice to the bison.
That's not nice.
Are they endangered?
I don't know. I'm not sure. No, I've eaten bison before.
I've had a bison burger, but like I've had a bison burger like in Louisiana, and I've often wondered, is it a bison burger or is it like a regular burger, like 90% like regular ground meat and like 10% bison? You know what I mean?
That's a fair question. Marketing.
Because like we've had,
there's a kangaroo jerky.
because like at work people would bring deer burgers,
Mhm.
right? And it's like
Well,
it's like 70-30.
Depends on who you get it
That-
from.
That was gonna be my point 2 seconds ago when I was talking about gamey and this and that.
Yeah.
And I said most people, even when they make burgers of deer,
Yeah.
it's mixed with.
Not complaining because it is like you're saying. I would rather it be like a split. I don't think I'd want just a straight deer burger because it is too
It's
lean.
lean. It's very lean.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of even like lean ground meat. Like if you can make a good burger out of lean ground meat, but it's not something that you can really reheat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's true.
lean ground meat is not good. It's kind of fine, if you eat it like fresh off the grill. But like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Is fish an animal?
Well, yes.
See, I don't eat fish, but I could see somebody saying.
I was gonna say fish, but it's one thing over and over and over. Like at least chicken, you got different parts of the chicken. You got the egg. Like there's a variety. Same thing with cows.
I
Same
think
thing
that's
with,
it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The chicken,
There's a lot of things. There's like the egg.
There's breast. There's
Yeah.
legs. There's thighs.
The chicken
there's
is
wings.
the chicken's very limited, but you can eat it multiple meals. I forgot he was in here.
I got a new dog.
Sorry.
He's here.
Yeah, I was hoping there'd be more of a debate, but like usual,
There's only like 3 main animals that you can really choose from.
It is a big
It's
3.
like that billboard that says, "Where do you draw the line?" Right about here.
But not, even if you like open it up, like you're talking bison. That's probably the only thing that's like close, right? Like things of that nature, where it's like because it's got all the different cuts as well. I would assume. I don't know. I don't know if people are just eating
It's fair.
parts of the bison like they are a cow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would assume it's similar.
A bear. I don't know.
Did you? I don't think you can eat bear. I think bear is full of worms.
Mm.
What's the wildest meat you've tried? Pause.
Well,
I heard it when I said it.
I'm embracing the pause there.
But I started the question and I had to finish the question.
I actually had a wild game. Oh, hey, buddy. What's up, dude? Sorry, I got a new dog. I actually had a wild game, like plate, I guess you would call it. It was like a steak. It was like different cuts and cooked like steak. And it was elk, bison, a certain type of deer. I can't remember. It was like a venison cut and then like regular cow.
Where does one get this?
This was in Utah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which Utah not known for food. But this was actually really good. Is elk more crazy than bison? Like which one?
I think so.
I've had elk.
Because I've had bison. So I feel like if I've had bison, it's probably pretty easy. But like I said, I don't know if I've just had straight bison. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also, is elk more weird than like deer or alligator?
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think people look at us when we say, like, if we went to Utah and said, yeah, we eat gator all the time, do you think they're looking at us? First off, do they know what a gator is? Do people in Utah know what an alligator is?
I think they got beat by Tim Tebow once.
Oh, yeah, that's right. BYU.
I think so.
Tim Tebow was running wild.
They're probably some
Mormons.
Bronco fans, so they probably are familiar with the man.
That's what I am wondering though. Like, do we go up north and we tell people we eat gator and they're like, what?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. That's not even a question.
Yeah.
I hadn't had fried like gator in so long.
Because I look at gator as just like, this isn't even weird. Like this.
I feel like, what do you think?
Oyster's
What do
weird.
you
There's
think?
so many things.
You think fried gator, like fried frog legs, gets looked at weirder?
That's what I was gonna ask. I wonder if frog legs I could see being more wide, like nationwide. There's frogs everywhere.
Do they?
Yeah, but they're not.
I don't know. I don't know. It does feel like we're just some crazy Southern people that
What
are
kind
just
of
like,
coon ass? You eating frogs down there?
What can we bread up and dip in some grease in?
Do people eat turtle in other parts of the United States?
Do they view
turtle.
crawfish as crazy?
Maybe. I feel like crawfish are pretty widely accepted these days, but
And when they see you like suck the head and stuff, though, you think that's when they start being like,
I think that they're like, it's one of those things where they're like, I didn't know that was the thing. That feels weird, but everybody seems to like it.
Don't take that out of context. Sucking the head? Well, some people like it.
I feel like it blends. I'm just saying. Maybe I should try it.
Do you eat the poop trail?
People might judge me for this. I do. I'm not sitting there taking my time peeling things. And dude, you just rip, pull. Like there's no. We don't live in Maryland.
I don't eat the poop trail.
I don't eat it.
Well,
I mean, I have, but it's like
you ain't eating then.
It's an extra like 2 seconds. You remember what? I feel like there is the way you can peel it where it pulls it out.
Yeah, like the middle.
I tried doing that.
tail.
I tried doing that before, and I'm like, this is just way too time consuming. I'm not doing it that way.
I'm a twist, pinch with my teeth and pull it out. That's Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
You're all teeth, huh?
It's all it's a big hand and mouth thing. You
right.
combine the mouth with the hand, and it listen.
That does enhance
happens.
the experience.
Mm.
I've had kangaroo jerky.
There you go.
Again, it goes back to how much of it was actual kangaroo, or was it just a marketing thing? It was 0% kangaroo.
Do you have a lot? Like, is there something
Oh,
that somebody
how you doing? Nice to meet you. You want to sing with me?
like of the foods, like of the wild
You
game?
ain't nothing but a hound. Good crying all the time. No,
Are
good.
you done? Okay.
My name is.
I'm clear. Look, I clear when that's the rule of the pod. I think unwritten rule is when somebody starts singing, you clear the lane.
You might.
Like
I was trying to think of other dog songs.
if we had to come up with unwritten rules for the pod, I feel like that's pretty high up
Probably
there.
sing any Snoop Dogg song.
But it's got to have dog.
Yeah.
D-O.
There you go.
Let's see, dog songs.
Anyway,
Sorry.
of all like the wild game, like where do you draw the line? Is there something that you'd be like, nah?
I don't. It depends. Like, so I'm not a fan.
Like if somebody was like, hey, here's this horse meat.
I don't think I would eat horse meat. I might try it. It depends. If everybody seems to like it, I'm be like, okay, I'll try
Is
it.
it-
Why not?
Or would it be like, would you draw the line somewhere because it's like, I don't know how
Like
this
giraffe, maybe?
Is, are you drawing the line because you're like, I don't know how this is going to taste? Or you're like, man, I like horses.
No, it's not why.
It's already
Okay.
it's already dead.
Like, I'm not going to eat it. Listen, we're drawing the line at dog. Like, we're not eating dogs around here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's fair.
Anymore.
cover your ears, buddy. We're not.
Look at the wall.
Like,
Look at
there's
the wall.
certain things that are off limits to me because I'm like, I can't eat a dog. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, like I'm probably not a domesticated animal, so like horses would be a little weird.
Snake, I'm not eating snake. Like
I'm not
people eat
eating
rattlesnake.
snake.
Like I'm because I'm afraid of snakes. I'm like, I'm not. This thing might be fried, but it's gonna come
I'm
alive.
just not a fan of eating anything that feels like it's gonna be gummy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like eel,
No.
octopus, squid. I've had it. Fine. Calamari's fine.
You
I
don't
just
care.
I don't really want it.
Not a lot of things I'm eating that are coming from the sea. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Anything that's elongated and wiggles.
I agree, brother.
not going in this mouth.
I agree, brother.
Just want to say that. Make it very clear.
The last 10 minutes of this have been eye opening.
Yeah.
Aaron
Okay.
had food topics also.
Well, I just had
Oh.
do y'all have any thoughts about the 12 tons of Kit Kats that was stolen from
boy-
the back of the cemetery?
No, I
saw
didn't know
that.
that.
Yeah, in Poland, someone had stolen 12 tons of Kit Kats, and I don't even know what I would do.
What-
Kit
yeah.
Kats is one of my favorite candies. I don't know what I would do with 12 tons of Kit Kats.
What do you? Yeah. How do you hide that? That's a lot of Kit Kats.
Melt it.
Just-
Get a bunch of
Is there a
chocolate.
black market thing for Kit
I
Kats?
don't know if I would want 12 tons, obviously, of money. But like, 12 tons of anything just seems really inconvenient.
Very inconvenient. Did they have a warehouse on demand that they could just put this in? I'm so
I
confused.
guess 12 tons of Kit Kats.
If you were to plan a heist, what would you steal?
12 tons of Milky Ways. I don't know.
I have some math here.
Okay.
12. I asked ChatGPT how many Kit Kats is 12 tons of Kit Kats. About 256,000 full size Kit Kat bars.
Jeez.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
A standard Kit Kat is 1.5 ounces. Now I don't know if that means like the one or if it's when it's
Right.
together. You know what I mean? It says 12 tons equals 24,000 pounds. In case you didn't know, which equals 384,000 ounces, and divide that by 1.5. 256,000.
I could put down some Kit Kats.
Bet you
Come
could.
Easter time, those Easter Bunny Kit Kats
If I had to,
demolished.
I don't know if I had to get 12 tons of something, it's definitely not going to be Kit Kats.
What would it be?
I'm thinking like Airheads.
Airhead. Okay, Alvin.
I like Airheads.
Jeez.
I feel like
Do love me some.
you wouldn't
Airheads.
get a lot of Airheads.
No, if we're talking chocolate bar, like if we're talking chocolate bars, I'm going like Butterfingers.
Interesting take.
Butterfingers, it's too much of an
Did
inconvenience,
you think
man.
that was-
Stick to your teeth.
Did you think I was going to go the Hershey's cookies and cream bar?
I did actually. That's not
I wouldn't mind that either, but
You're not a candy man, but if you had to choose candy,
Candy
12
man.
tons.
candy, man. Sweet chocolate, sugar coated candy. Reese's.
Make the world taste.
Any specific Reese's or just the cups?
Just the cups probably are fine with me. I like dark chocolate, but I could do regular Reese's. Be fine with it.
Reese's eggs, maybe.
I mean, sure.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces.
Nah.
Big fan.
Never been a fan of the Reese's, of the Pieces.
Do they make Reese's Pieces anymore? I hadn't seen Reese's Pieces anywhere.
Well, there's this whole thing now with the guy that his family created Reese's, and he said that
Yeah,
Like
they're not using real peanut butter.
he's been on this rant for a while now that they're not using real ingredient. Like the ingredients, because there's people out here that say that Reese's aren't as good as they used to be anymore.
Well, they came out and said that they were going to go back to the old peanut butter. It's like, well, then what the hell were you serving us before? Same thing with the chocolate. Like if people had the Hershey's and it was like wobbling, and they said, well, we're going to go back to the recipe. It's like, what? We just cutting corners now.
To be honest with you, my favorite peanut butter cup these days are the Unreal peanut butter cups. You ever had those? They're marketed as healthy peanut butter. They're not healthy at all, first of all. You look at the amount of calories and sugar, it's the exact same as Reese's. Yeah. There's no difference, but the ingredients are better. Tastes phenomenal. That's my plug.
That's the new thing nowadays. No artificial flavors.
You know what's the candy is like got my attention these days? All these freeze dried candies. Have you?
It's a big thing.
I'm not big on the freeze dried.
Brother. They got like the freeze dried Skittles. Oh my God.
What
a candy.
we bought those when we went to the
Yeah.
They had a bunch of them.
What a candy. Like
what a weird thing too.
Yeah.
It's a weird texture.
Liquid nitrogen in these candies. I haven't
tried them yet. There's an M&M one.
Do they puff like the?
Yeah, but it's not the I think it's the caramel ones. So like that's why I'm like I don't know.
What's your favorite M&M?
Just
good old
standard M&M.
Standard.
I'm a peanut M&M guy.
Peanut.
I've had the peanut butter ones. Those are pretty good now, but the peanut butter a little chewy.
I was always a peanut M&M guy. I liked the crunch ones for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird.
See, I like peanuts and I like peanut butter.
It's real close to another word.
Yeah, but it wasn't that.
I
word.
know.
I like peanut butter.
I hope everything just cuts right there. I like peanut.
And then it cuts to you saying, "Yeah, you just put it in your mouth and you just hit the hand." That's it.
I like peanut butter and stuff, but it's like
you changed the word.
It can be a bit overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like you gotta. I can't have it in abundance. Like you know those pretzels, the pretzels that are stuffed with peanut butter,
like the PB Skippy thingies.
I fucking love those things, but because there's like it's a good balance of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like the peanut butter M&Ms are it's too much peanut butter, and I can only eat a few of them at a time.
That's good. That's a good mindset. That means you're not
self-control,
overindulging.
I guess
you don't just open the wrapper and just.
I think I'm pretty good at self-control.
How you keep your figure. You don't just.
What was that?
Thumbnail, brother.
I started to do it because I was like, yeah, you got self-control, so you don't just grab the bag and do this. And I was like, nope.
The internet is for EVR.
It was AI.
Everything is AI.
I'm just gonna post that and be like, internet, do what you please.
What's best is it's probably a great clip too, because I said glug, glug, glug.
It's like if Pac-Man was drunk.
I have zero shame. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. I should have had topics.
You're just rambling. I feel like we should have. I feel like we should have had more to talk about.
Well, I
mean, I had a lot of micro topics. That's all mine were. I was going to talk about the Vrabel stuff.
I had
what a whore Diana Rossini is.
Wow.
Jeez.
I had
calling her husband average.
See,
yeah, that's kind of weird. That's been happening for a long time though. But so supposedly,
but all this stuff is coming out now because
supposedly this whole thing that they're putting out about her, being with Mike Vrabel, she was hanging out with a big group. They just took pictures of just them.
I think that was AI, but I think you done got again.
Did I get got? Dave Portnoy shared the pictures.
Who was his favorite teams?
I mean,
he's a Boston guy,
but the people in the pictures are people he knows.
I think it's AI, but
it might be. I don't know.
I think you done got.
Did I get got by Dave freaking Portnoy? That's possible. Dave Portnoy's fucking maniac.
Like in Sean Payton's prime, there was always the rumors of him and like she was always reporting
Rossini.
Yeah, Saint stuff. Yeah. And there was always the rumors of.
Is that what Kay Adams is always reporting? Saints and now Broncos.
She's the clean one, man.
She's cool. I love Kay. I would never besmirch her.
I saw something today said she's just the ethical flirting.
Yeah, ethical flirt.
I love it. Yep. I love it. She has reshared me so many times.
Yeah.
No problems with Kay Adams.
No problems. I had a bunch of like Disney stuff and but like I said, I didn't make enough notes to remember what I was trying to say.
I wrote this right after our last podcast and I forgot. This is how long my pod list is. I stopped writing stuff. But the first thing I wrote is, if football were wrestling, Phillip Rivers is Chris Jericho. think on it.
You might have to explain that. Keep going.
Tom Brady is John Cena.
I see that one I get because he's not my GOAT.
He's not my GOAT either, but he's John
But he
Cena.
is the most accomplished.
He is the most accomplished. And everybody would normally say,
John Cena.
that's the guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I like that
Phillip
one.
Rivers to me is Chris Jericho because like,
See, when I heard Phillip Rivers, I immediately, anytime Phillip Rivers comes up, I think of the amount of kids he has.
He is breaking the walls.
So, like, that's where my
He is
brain went.
breaking those walls
he broke
down.
the wall
Yeah.
down.
I guess.
I also put the Miz next to him. Which one do you think fits better?
No, because the Miz is a Grand Slam champion. And Phillip Rivers is not a champion. So for me, Phillip Rivers would have to be somebody that got close,
Okay.
but never reached the
No
peak.
cigar.
You know what I mean?
Dan Marino.
AJ Styles.
Wait, that's a quarterback.
No, it can't be AJ Styles.
AJ Styles got over the hump. LA Knight. I can't. I don't agree with that. I don't like
It's not
that.
enough longevity for Mr. Nat.
And then somebody who's like super nice, wouldn't curse, like personality wise, because that was always a Phillip Rivers thing.
See, I feel like we're thinking way more into this. I just went with the gut.
I don't see.
Mankind.
I immediately make the Tom Brady and
And
John Cena connection.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to really break it down for me.
I can't. I can't. I just look at him and I say,
you got
him.
more?
No, I just wrote those two, and I think the premise was I was going to say let's connect football players to wrestlers, and then I had those two examples, and I was just be like, what you got? Or maybe in my head I was going to write a lot more, and I just did not. Who knows? I don't know.
I'm just trying to think right now of like the big guys, like the big name people. Like who is the Rock of the NFL?
Patrick Mahomes. Maybe not.
That's not a bad comparison.
I go on gut. It's first but a second guess.
I'm trying to think. It's got like
Who's Stone Cold? Brett Favre.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. That's not bad. I think the thing is you got to find somebody who had like a very high peak,
yeah,
but wasn't like elongated. It
Bo
was just
Jackson.
like, well,
Calvin Johnson,
okay.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford's what MVP.
I don't know if we're
No, I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of. See, I'm going when I see what you're doing with Stone Cold thing. That's why I went Bo Jackson because the peak is not long. But Stone Cold for me is the personality. So that's what I'm trying to connect. It's somebody who has that kind of personality and is also accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
But also, see, I'm thinking way too deep into it because I'm like, Stone Cold is responsible for wrestling being alive still. Who is responsible for the NFL still existing?
That's a great
Like
point.
literally, who is the most important person to the NFL? Because that's who Stone Cold is.
I think the thing is the NFL didn't need an important person. It's always been just big.
Yeah.
One way or another.
I'm gonna find you.
I don't know if there may not be a Stone Cold.
That's fair.
Jeff
Doesn't
Hardy.
have to be.
Who's the Jeff Hardy?
Ooh.
Scatterbo.
Damn it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all quarterbacks.
That's what I was going to. Yeah. Well, like face of the WWE is probably going to be quarterbacks. Like all those guys are probably quarterbacks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Jeff Hardy, he's more of like a running back receiver type, I think.
Yeah.
But Baker.
Baker could be Stone Cold. Personality wise. Like I could see Baker catching a couple beers from the crowd.
Yeah.
Is Cody Rhodes Drew Brees?
I could see that. Yeah.
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the Randy Orton?
Ooh. It's a good one.
Like when you're thinking Randy Orton, he's Peyton Manning. Because he's the like who else could be considered the GOAT? Because like you're a Randy Orton guy or you're a John Cena guy typically from that era. And like for me, Randy Orton's my GOAT. And in the NFL, Peyton Manning would be my GOAT.
Where's Aaron Rodgers? Who is Aaron Rodgers?
RVD.
Wow. I mean, okay.
I mean, if you think there on multiple levels here,
I wanted to argue it, and then I thought about it, and I was like,
it might be
okay.
I immediately went to drugs, which immediately led me to RVD.
Chris
And then
Benoit.
the more I think
Chris
about
Benoit.
it, Jesus Christ.
You said
Antonio
drugs.
Brown.
Listen, I think it's the only Chris Benoit is literally Aaron Hernandez. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Goodness
a
gracious.
correlation here.
I don't know if we're going to do better than RVD and Aaron Rodgers.
Pretty good.
'Cause, like Aaron Rodgers from a technical perspective is incredible.
Yeah.
RVD, one of a kind.
It's
Shawn Michaels, last one.
I couldn't do, I was trying to think of that. I don't know if I can do that one.
He feels like a Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I don't know. Shawn Michaels is tough. Shawn Michaels might fall in the Stone Cold thing where it's like, because that one I'm thinking, who is the best like just physical person like in the NFL? Just straight Aaron Donald. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't look. I don't know.
No, the charisma.
It's gonna be a technician. Like who is? There's got to be like a.
That's more like Bret Hart. Bret Hart's more of a technician, boring technician.
Yeah.
You got it. The problem is HBK is looked at as like probably one of the best in ring, but also super charismatic. So like, who is really good on a football field, but also like really popular, like really like good,
Deion
fun
Sanders.
guy. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I don't hate it.
I like it. I like this game. This is a fun game. I could do this all night. We should probably move on. Legitimately, could do this all night.
That's all I had. I mean, I had other stuff, but it was just like little stuff, and I could just bring it up randomly. Like it was just questions. Do you know this song? And I had like 2 songs written, and then another one was like, why does this never miss? And it was a type of music.
Yeah, I had things written that I made notes of while I was in Disney. I was like, people also don't. I was like, people's awareness is at an all-time low, which was a Disney thing, but that just applies in general. And then I put people also don't understand the concept of a line. And I wish I remember that one because I feel like there was a rant behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People don't like lines.
they don't like lines. That was my other point I was going to make earlier about Augusta. I thought about it. So I was saying that would it get old if you went over and over again? And then I thought you go to Disney every single year, damn near. And does it get old? Like, is that a compare? Can you compare that? Like, would it be a similar
Happiest
thing?
place on earth.
Well, no, it's like you go to this place that,
Right.
like, yes, it changes, but like it's the same thing.
I would say sort of. Like genuinely, I think sort of. I think that they change things. They have so much to do. Like golf is just golf, right? The Masters isn't all of a sudden changing everything they're doing.
The course is going to stay the same. The game is going to stay the same.
Right.
The people are going to change.
Right. You're going to walk the course and it's going to be the same exact course every time. And like if you went once, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Like it's not changing. It's tradition. I think Disney is like, they're always changing things. And there's things like, there's so many things that like you haven't seen things. But I will say like, I think, like it can get old. Like if we go and we do the same thing over and over and my daughter is miserable, I'm not happy. I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Why did I spend 10 grand on this? This is stupid.
Happiest place on earth by ass.
This was a fun. We don't have to stick with this. This was a fun Disney trip for me. Like, don't get me wrong. By far, the most stressful Disney trip I have ever been on in my life.
Is it because you went with a lot of people?
No. But if we wouldn't have had everybody else to like, it was. I think it's just the age of the kids.
Yeah, that might be it.
Like my old Kaysen, it was at a good age. Like 6 years old, can ride everything. He was fine. Zayden being 3, and he's not a chill 3. He's like, he's nuts. So like he doesn't want to stay in the stroller. Like he wants to run around. He wants to ride everything and can't. So he's throwing fits. Like that was. And then you know how it gets when it gets to be 6 o'clock at night and you still got like 3 hours of park time left, but like you've been there since 7 and he's tired as shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
leave.
Yeah. But like
just leave.
But like they don't want to leave. You know what I mean? Like they want to keep going and it's like you're kind of fighting it. And then it's.
Say hello, buddy.
And then the getting everything on the shuttles and it's like.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
We went and we rented the double stroller for the first time ever.
So did we.
And I'm going to be honest with you. After 30 minutes with the double stroller, I looked at Victoria and I said, I am never fucking doing this again. Can we get them to come pick this up? I don't want this thing. I would rather carry one of these children.
At the park, like having it at the park was fine.
I hated it. Even there.
I didn't mind it at the park.
I hated it.
It's having to fold it up. And then we got one where like it didn't have a handle. So I'm having to hold it by the springs and it hurt to hold it. And the bitch was like our double stroller that we have at home is light. Like it's a lightweight stroller. This one is so heavy and I'm trying to get it on this bus. And like, I feel like I don't like to feel like I'm in the way of other people. So like I'm getting on the bus and I'm worried if I bump into somebody with it, because like those buses are not big, right? Like they're not wide. People's knees are all out and I'm bumping into them. And I'm just like, I don't know. But no, it was a very stressful Disney trip, but it was a fun time. It was
Kids make things more stressful, man.
But it was cool. You would have been so proud. You'd have been so proud of it, of Kason. Like legitimately rode everything.
Yeah. That
I allowed him to ride. There were we are pretty certain he blacked out on a couple rides. Like on Rocket Roller Coaster, his head was like, and like he swears that it made him do that, but I think he was out. Like I legitimately think he was just out from the speed of it.
The G-force pulls your head back, so I don't know.
Right. I think Courtney says she had like a problem with that when she was a kid, so I think he was just out. And then he did it on Avatar.
Yeah.
The
Flight of Passage.
Yeah. Where he was like, I could see him kind of like he was drifting back for a minute. Like he had a big smile on his face the whole time, and then all of a sudden he started like he started looking for it. I thought he was gonna throw up because it was the first time he's ever done one like that with like the simulated thing. And you've never even done any of these. So basically you're riding on a motorcycle.
I did Journey. That was before
it makes your legs feel like
you're like on a motorcycle base is what you're sitting on, but you're like on a Banshee. Yeah. And you're in front of a screen.
I watched the videos of it. Yeah. I just hadn't experienced it.
So like, but his head started like drifting back, and then he came back, and he had the biggest smile on his face. So I'm like, I don't know. So then we got to the point where it's like,
it's kind of scary.
Yeah, like he wanted to do Tron. I was like, nah. I was like, I'm not letting you do it because I was worried like the way you are on Tron. I was worried his head would just smack into the motorcycle.
Right.
I didn't let him do Guardians because I was worried about that one too.
Fun.
Yeah.
My favorite. Scott Van Pelt hates it, but it's my favorite.
Nah, bro. That legitimately Guardians might be the best ride I've ever done in my life.
Mm-hmm. It is a roller coaster, to anyone wondering. But it's
got to get you out to Cedar Point, man.
So much fun.
I can't even explain to you like what Guardians is.
No, there's no great explanation for it.
No, like it's so like when I rode it with y'all, that was the first time we rode it and it was great. But it had been such a gap that I had kind of forgotten like what it was. All I remembered was how it starts.
Yeah.
And that's
jumped back.
Yeah. That's all I remember.
All the way back.
But like the way I explained it after I didn't get September. You know what I learned? If you go in September.
Do you remember? Sorry, go ahead.
If you go on that day in September, they only play that song. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
They've done it like the last 2 years is what it is. There's also Christmas. If you go during Christmas, there's special Christmas songs.
Yeah, they do stuff like that a lot. I should have known. I've gotten September probably 90% of the time.
The first time I ever got when I went with y'all, I got September. And it's definitely the best. But we got 2 different songs. I don't remember which ones we got.
Conga.
Did I tell you what we got? I don't know.
Or is it One Way?
We definitely got One Way or Another.
Yep.
But like I was telling my mom was like, this is the best ride I've ever been on. I was like, yeah. I was like, most roller coasters, like I want to put my hands up. I was like, this, like the ride is so smooth and so just like a vibe. I'm just like
super vibe.
I'm just like there.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to put my hands up. I'm just like I told my mom, I was like, I found myself playing the air drums at one point. I was like,
it feels like you're on drugs.
Dude,
I can't even explain.
There's a part where you go around the moon.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how good this ride is.
Your hair's just flipping in the wind. Dude, and it's like
I imagine I've never ridden like in a convertible down Route 66, but that is what I imagine it feels like high out of your mind, just driving down a scenic. Like it is the best feeling in the world, dude.
100%.
Like I'm sure there's roller coasters that are more insane,
sure,
with more drops, but this is just from a ride perspective, like you can't even describe it as a roller coaster because it is, but it's like you don't feel like you're on a roller coaster. It's unbelievable how good that ride is. Like I want to be there with you the first because we have this theme park connection. It's the root of our friendship is theme parks, and I need to be there the first time you experience it because it's unbelievable.
I'm so scared to take, like you said, it was great, but it was like the most chaotic with the kids, and like both my boys, they're 4 and 1 year old. Like I don't see that being a fun time.
It's fun.
Right now. Like, no, the 4-year-old, he would ride all the rides if he could. And he'd get upset when he couldn't ride the certain rides because he wasn't tall enough. But it's like, if it was just him, I think it would be okay. But it's just like,
I have a take. This is probably, we were talking about doing a Disney podcast. This is probably like all for a Disney podcast, but I have a very not hot take here. It's not about the rides. Yeah. It's never about the rides, especially with kids. And this is the most corny thing that you'll ever hear anybody say about Disney, but it's true. And it's what everybody says. It's about the magic. Yeah. And like, you don't know what that means until you take your kid and you see them light up over some random thing.
I've never, like, when Zayden saw Mickey for the first time, he lost his mind.
I'm telling you.
And it you like seeing your kid, like when your kids get all excited about something, it makes you feel good. But this was like, I was like, this is amazing. I was like, this is that one moment made the entire thing worth it. All the money you pay for it. I was like, this one moment was the best thing. And then he gets to meet Stitch and he's like freaking out because he loves Stitch. Like, it has nothing to do with the rides at all. And the whole thing with, and we've kind of talked about this, was also going to be a topic on the Disney pod, was like, everybody's like, oh, they're too young, they won't remember it. And it's like, who gives a shit?
Right.
Like,
I don't think I'm worried about them not remembering it. I don't think that's ever the issue. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'd have to do it with the kids to experience it. Like, ultimately I want to take them, but I also want them to enjoy it. And like, so I don't want them to be just like miserable the whole time, which I know they won't when you get there and you
like
get
Christian 1 year old. Like, that's like,
you know,
there's
more
nothing
like
he can, like, he's not even going to think things are cool really at 1 year old. Like, that might be a little, I'd like 2 or 3 though. Like, it's.
Yeah. I would say they start having fun at like 2.
Yeah.
Shoot, I took Dylan when she was 1 and we just took her because like we had already gone as a couple of few times. And she knew who Mickey was. Like, I didn't realize at the time, but some of the first words she was saying was friggin' Mickey. She's crawling in bed at the hotel and she's like 1 year old and she's like, Bippy, Bippy, Bippy. And I'm like, what the fuck is she saying? And she's like, kind of pointing, like reaching at Mickey Mouse on the back of the bed. And it didn't hit me until like a month later that she was trying to say Mickey.
I think
that's funny.
I think like for the first trip like that, like we planned both of them, like right when they turned 3. Was when we took both of them. And it's kind of like a perfect like first trip to Disney age. Because it's like they're into Mickey Mouse at that age and all of the Disney movies. And it's like they still like have that wonder. Like Kaysen still thought everything was kind of cool. Like he knows Stitch isn't actually Stitch. Like he understands like that's a person in a suit at that age.
Shut your mouth.
Me too.
But like
that is Stitch.
Right. Okay. But he was still amazed by it. He's still like, this is cool.
Should be amazed by meeting Stitch. Stitch is a really cool character.
We got his autograph.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We don't do that here. I got in trouble 3 trips ago or however, I don't know, we go all the time. But we were in line to meet Chewbacca and my mother-in-law, my daughter's like 4 at the time. My mother-in-law is talking about the guy in the suit. Do you think he's hot? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like literally I'm looking at her, I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, the guy in the suit. And I'm like, what guy in the suit? Like, I'm just being like, she's like the one dressed up as Chewbacca. And I'm like, that's Chewbacca. What are you talking about? Like I started getting like annoyed.
She's just like, what? Am I in this weird time loop? Like what is,
and then like, a couple seconds later, she like said something. I was like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And I just like looked off.
She's like, okay, time to drink around the world.
Don't ruin the magic.
Sorry.
And you know why you don't ruin the magic? Here's another hot take. These are all things we could talk about on a Disney podcast. You don't ruin the magic because there's a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old that doesn't know those things.
Of course.
You don't walk around saying, oh man, it was so hard last night for you putting out gifts, pretending to be Santa Claus, wasn't it? Right in front of children.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm just saying, like, you don't say things that might not be true or might be true to create doubt in children's mind over magical things.
No one's doing that. It's okay.
Just saying. Don't do it.
We should, it's been a minute. We should wrap it up.
That's the Whoever Knows podcast.
You should listen to us. You should subscribe. And if you don't, you are cursed.